Today in Let's Play Cards, we have a look at the much anticipated drafts mode, a thorough look, and we dissect Hibou's funny comic deck. Up next in Let's Play Cards. Greetings and welcome. I am Mengel and this is Cards. Cards draft mode, I should say. It has arrived. It's today the 6th, so 2 days ago, and we will be having a look at the new drafts mode. But before we get cracking on that, Hibou, he's given me permission to run his deck, and yeah, I stated in the intro, funny deck. I just called it that because it's a different approach and it seemed very interesting when I played him last week. So I contacted him via Discord and I decided that he will be the community member or fellow community members playing deck I will try out for the next week going forward. And also on another note, I'm going to keep going with a bomber deck for this ranked season month as well. So I will not be rolling a new challenge this month. I will keep playing on the current one, and this episode will mainly be dedicated towards the new drafts mode. All that being said, let's jump in and have a look at what the devs posted regarding the draft mode. I'm quickly going to run through it. In a nutshell, you basically get 40 random cards and you pick various ones as in the picture showed here, and then once you've for instance picked these three fighter planes, then the following option will be presented and you pick again until you have 40 cards including an ally. It's also mixed in there. That's how I understand it. I haven't done it, so this we are going to do this together for the first time. Well, I am, if you haven't already. If it's also your first time, join me. Let us discover it together for our first time. I'm quickly going to have a quick read through the notes so that we know what we are letting ourselves in for. I want to be very thorough on the information I'm giving. So yes, the 4th of July it was introduced. Start by building a deck by picking from random cards. Click the cards you want to add to your deck and battle other draft players. The draft continues until you have defeated 3 or you have been defeated 3 times, or if and when you have won 7 battles. The rewards depends on how many victories you get. The cards in draft mode will not be added to your collection. It's like one draft session only. So yes, as stated, you construct a deck by clicking by selecting 40 cards. The cards is not from your collection. It is random based in what's available in the game. And then obviously once you're ready, you can play other players that has done the same as yourself. They went through the same procedure. And as stated, I'll just state it more clearly. The game is over. Your drafts game or run is over once you've lost 3 times or once you've won 7 times. And then obviously the rewards are based on the amount of wins you manage to get. The draft games do not affect your rank, but they do count for achievements and daily missions. I was actually very excited when I saw this. That's very nice. Your hidden matchmaking value is not used for draft games. You are more likely to be matched up against similar scored players in the current draft run you are doing. So yes, this is on a new ranking system. If you do the drafts mode, you always get 1 pack when you do a draft run, regardless of your wins, even if you win 0 times. Additionally, you will get bonus rewards. It can be gold, resource, golden cards, a card, can also be a golden card, or even extra pack. The bonus reward is randomly chosen. The more you win, the better the bonus reward will be. Starting with 2 wins, you also get a fixed amount of gold. With 6 wins, you are guaranteed enough gold to basically be able to play another draft mode immediately after the current one. With 7 wins, you get 2 bonus rewards. Alrighty. Because you are guaranteed at least 1 pack and the bonus rewards are available with victories, entering draft mode cannot be free. For free. It is 15 gold or $1.95 United States. Alrighty, and then because I was a player before they released it on Steam already, the pre-release early access game, you can claim 2 free draft tickets. If when you log in the game for the first time after the draft mode update has been applied, you get 2 free draft tickets. That being said, there's also an email that you get where you can claim with the redeem code a 3rd ticket. So be sure to check your inboxes if you have been a player before the 4th of July server downtime. Let's be very thorough and just have a quick run through these as well here. So basically the first choice you have in drafts is selecting your main nations. So we'll pick the main nation, and then after picking a few cards for your main nation, you get a choice to pick an ally. So then after a few picks, you get to choose your ally. After choosing your main nation, you start picking your cards. Each card pick has 3 slots, as stated or shown you in the picture. For each slot, a random card is chosen. This can be any card from the main and the ally nation of any rarity, though each pick has similar rarity ranges for each slot. There is also a chance that more than 1 copy is offered, up to 4 copies for a standard card. This means that drafting can be as many as 40 clicks, but usually is less. As you make your picks, cards that you select are added to a deck visible at the bottom of the screen. You draft at your own leisure. There is no time pressure. You can go back in the middle of drafting a deck and even close the client and then continue when you have left. And then continue where you left when you next into the draft. So basically you can switch off the game, come back later afternoon or the next day and finish your draft. The client, the game will remember where in the process you were. Once you have your deck ready, you can enter a draft battle in the draft menu itself. Is it better to pick 3 solid standard cards or a single decent limited card? Or you get the option to take 3 Eagle Claws. You want to run 3 claws, but 3 copies? So you want to run Eagle Claws, but do you need 3 copies? Do you skip it now and hope it shows up again later in a lesser numbers? It can be a tough choice. You can only have the single draft active at a time, so you will use the deck you drafted until you have won 7 games or lost 3 games, or you can even decide to retire from the draft. If you do retire, you will get the rewards based on the number of wins accumulated so far. Righty, that is it. We went into great detail to have a look at all the notes. Yes, in my nutshell, this is basically Hearthstone's drafting mode as well. That's the way I understand it. I haven't done, as stated earlier, this draft mode before, so we are going to jump into the game and do a draft mode for the first time together, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so to save some time, I fast forwarded the initial deck building. I'm quickly going to just run through my thought process with this deck I've drafted, and I'm also going to just show up the new icons again. So draft deck, basically, yes, this is very thematic. I like the look of this, and I like the pop-ups as you hover over various icons and things over here. So rewards, 1 pack, you always get 1 pack and 1 bonus. And then if we go over to 2 wins, you'll see that you'll, for instance, get 2 gold. So the gold incrementally goes up. 1 pack, 1 bonus stays the same. See, the gold keeps going up, and then it changes on the 7th win, which will be 18 gold, and also the bonus goes up to 2. So that is what you're aiming for. And what I like about the draft mode is you basically use your in-game gold that you've got from achievements or dailies, and you can play another game and essentially, you know, at least get the return you would have gotten from buying a pack in the shop with the in-game gold. But at least now you get to play some more games, have fun. If you've got that much time, if you obviously don't just go to the shop and buy the pack with the in-game gold, but if you do, then yes, you get to play some more and you get to potentially get better rewards. And then quickly, so the progress summarizes nicely at the bottom, your primary nation cards, and then you can only get 12 ally cards. When I started drafting, they gave me the option for my primary nation, and after I picked 3 cards, they gave me an option for my ally nation. And as soon as I picked the 12th Russian ally nation card, they stopped presenting me with more options. With ally cards, they only gave me the primary nations cards. And that also being said, if you pick Germany as your primary nation, and after 3 picks of cards, they present you with another 3 random nations as your ally, and you pick Germany again, you will have a solo faction Germany 40 cards deck, not a mono. I love this new pop-up. This is nicely done. I love the primary factions, what should you call it, logo at the background, insignia, and this summarizes it very nicely. I like the curve and the way it states now the orders versus the amount of units in your deck, and then also the average operation costs and attack and defense at the bottom is also a nice touch. Good to know what your average operation costs are going to be. The deck structure is obviously the ratio between your orders and your units. Alright, so what I'm thinking with this deck is to do a tank deck theme. I am very thematic, so I always tend to go for theme. Prefer to have fun when I play card games. So fully repair ground units, final push. So what we want to do is we want to play this final push card on my Stug. So it will get a +3. So that you're talking about 6 attack, and then with a Fury you can do 12 attack potentially. And then I've got a few burn order cards in here, so that would help as well. So you're talking about 4. If this is in the front line already and not destroyed, you're talking about a 4, and obviously the opponent doesn't have a guard, and you attack with a Stug to the HQ, to the face, as they would state in Hearthstone, for instance. You're talking about a 4 cost plus the 1 for the order, so it's a 5 operation cost to get to do that combo. Ural Factories. This is the card I spoke about last week. I couldn't get to the name, but this is basically essentially what it was. So my tanks, once the HP is low, you play the Ural Factories, and you get to add a random unit from the same nation that costs 1 more. So you basically up the tank, and then you get fresh HP, and hope for a good drop. Random RNG with digital card games is quite interesting sometimes. So this is just in there to see how fat I can get it. Try and mulligan for this card early game. My Lonely one copy blackout to pin enemy hero units, draw cards, try and get some sort of combo going with this card. I'll play it I'll play it for the +1/1, but potentially if I'm lucky I might get a +3. It's kind of sad I only got one copy of this, but it's fine. We'll kind of try and combo it. WWII is also an interesting pick. This was a no-brainer for myself. Some infantry options, tanks, my focus. So I'm gonna try and encirclement, duplicate a friendly unit in the front line with a cost of 3. So I'll play this on the Volksgrenadiers, on the Stag, and ideally on this one here, on the Stag 4, or the 3. The 3 is also nice, but yeah. And then obviously the Volksgrenadiers, a bit of infantry. Problem is if I go up against a air opponent with fighter airplanes and bombers, this will be not as handy. But what I'll do is I'll rely on my Luftwaffe, my small air fleet, my air fighters over here to kind of help with that. And obviously controlling the front line is kind of important for this deck. That's why I eventually did decide on going with this tank, armored train. I'm going to work it from the back a bit now. So yes, some burn, face, order cards, damage cards. So if I get to pull that stock combo and this Bismarck, the opponent's going to look in a dire shape. Some endgame cards, yes, card draw potentially. Just yeah, keep the opponent busy on this if they don't have a way to remove it. Tiger, endgame card. Conditional endgame. The Stug, the SU-152 tank destroyer, Russian. If the opponent has a tank, I can try and get this Fury as well. My all-time favorite tank from the Second World War era period. Some burn damage, and try and the operation cost is nice. It's 1 cost, but you definitely want to try and at least get 1 attack off of this, which you usually don't because the opponents take this field cannon out immediately. Some more tanks, which is what the theme was I was going for, and hopefully they'll play order cards on this tank. I get to draw more cards. My T-34 blitz, more damage, and then we're almost back up in the middle. Some more card draw options, draw some units, air fighters, and then more card draw options. So my curve, it's not that, it's more to the middle. Average cost card, it's around, it seems 3 to 4. Not guess about 4. Yeah. Alrighty, and then the Stag, which is my Wonder Panzer. Placing my hopes on the Stag 1 copy. Yeah, I would have liked to have more, but this is drafts, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I just want to make a quick announcement before we jump into the battle. So I decided on putting my challenge that was for last ranked season that I'm carrying over into this ranked season, my American bomber deck challenge, to the side this week and maybe next week, and I'm gonna do this complete drafts run with you guys. So I'm gonna record every single game, and then I'll do this run. And you can follow me as I do this deck and this run, and then Hibou, the community members deck I'm reviewing. I'm gonna show you. I'll give you a teaser of his deck after this battle. I'll have a look at what the time's like. If there's time, I can do a matchup. If we're heading too close towards an hour, I'll probably do that as well in the next episode. But I'll definitely give you the run through of his deck and what his thinking is with the deck, and then I'll give you a matchup of his deck, probably if not this episode, the next episode. So yes, this is going to be a special event. I'll be running this, probably I'll try and do at least 2 to 3 episodes per week until we finish this draft run, and then I'll go back to my weekly episode schedule. And then lastly, before I hit the battle button over here, When I was presented, when initially I drafted this deck, in the stacks of 3, it wasn't just the same tier cards. The limited ones and the standard ones and the specials, for instance, would be sometimes mixed in the 3 stacks options that was up here. So that was also a very interesting thing I noticed. I believe that is all aspects of the drafting of the deck. If I've missed anything or if there's something particular you would like to know, kindly drop me a comment and I'll be sure to check on that and get back to yourself. But yes, I believe I was very thorough and I don't think I missed anything. I probably wouldn't know now if I missed something. That's the thing of missing something. So yes, that all being said, let's do a battle. I've played against the SI Ice before. I read up when I had a look at the devs notes on this new draft mode. The one comment was everybody's gonna play British. Seems a lot of people like to play the British style of defense and buffing up your HQ. So we don't need that. But I don't feel this is a early game card or mulligan. Oof. It starts. Weird greeting. So we've got the Bismarck, which is kind of sad because he's probably got a fortification plus 7 to his HP. So yes, blackout. You can't just play it for the card win. We have to target a air unit to be able to draw your card. Because other players would just simply, with number 10 commander decks, for instance, with the British, they would just cycle this card. One cost card draw. It was a bit strong. Okay, Panzers will probably come up next round. Panzer 38. That was he played a countermeasure. But oh well. He didn't. Or I didn't trigger his. So we're gonna do the air blitz, I guess, next. Or are we? What cost did he double the air blitz? Kinda lucky that didn't proc on my Bismarck. Deal 1 damage in a target, double the cost of a random card in the hand. He doubled something else's cost. Nebelwerfer. He might still have one more copy of Blockade. Ass. I don't have any units. To eliminate that threat. 6, 7. CSI Ice has got a nice deck going here. Nice synergies. Got these station options. And this is the stug I was relying on. Oh, that blockade really did hurt me. Yeah, I don't have enough infantry to justify this card, I believe. This poor boy's gonna get moved down. Free cost. I've got no way of getting my HP. 4, 5, 6, 7. I am in their range. So yes, what's nice about the draft mode is you actually get to do your achievements and your dailies while playing this mode as well. That's nice. I went in with such high hopes. It does not have a tank. I guess I can attack the... Let's do that. Let's... Combined arms. I should have done this before I... Pretty tank. I don't have a tank. Oh boy. How rude. Okay, so that was my first game. It was a defeat. So now obviously the way I understand it, and I guess they tried to explain it, is if my next matchup they'll rank me against a easier opponent for myself to at least, you know, get a bit of victory. Can I go to the main screen or the drafts mode? Back to drafts mode. So yeah, so let's try and, you know, go for 2 wins to get myself 2 gold. And we will do my second play. So you'll obviously know the amount of matches I've done according to the icons getting lit up. So obviously it will be either another skull or a 1 star once I get my 1 win. So we'll do the next video, I guess, if not over this weekend, early next week, but I'll try and do another one and upload it. So it's going to be short videos. It's just going to be a drafts mini series, and I'll upload those videos as I do them one at a time. I might do 2 per episode just to try and make it worthwhile. I know when you just do like a 10-minute video. So we'll do a complete run through of this, I feel now a bit more discouraged, weekly crafted deck, but yeah, that's me, that's the way I play, thematic and all. But hey, I can only get better. Great. Not such a strong first matchup for my draft run as I was hoping for, but that's okay. I had fun. Hopefully the second one will be better. Let's have a look at Hibou's. Hibou, I think it's pronounced Hibou. Hibou's deck I was talking about. So I mentioned it earlier as well. This is basically mainly, according to the latest patch that I could see, there was a few minor bugs. For instance, the bomber planes don't lift up as high from the tables anymore, so I'll still have a look if it still glitches and gets stuck in a table. I haven't played a game yet to comment on that, but I'll have a look. And basically the deck is at the bottom, not at the top anymore, and then obviously the summary pop-up window has changed, the same as in the drafts, which is very nice. I like that. It was needed. So let me quickly filter out the top available cards to craft the deck with. So the thought process with this deck is to basically use your orders to take out, destroy enemy units, and then in the first few rounds you want to ramp up your credits with War Machine, for instance, and then you've got Uncle Sam to duplicate some of the units in your deck. For instance, we want to duplicate the Panzer F2, the B-17 bomber, and the Leopold rail cannon. I think it's called that. We'll have a look just now. And Hibou stated that it's not uncommon for himself to finish with little HP, but he tends to get the upper hand towards the end of the matchup. He states with this game style, his stronger cards becomes unmanageable for his opponents. So you just want to duplicate your strong cards and kind of, you know, try and prolong the game to get the upper hand. And so you want to get out your stronger cards as quickly as possible as well. That's obviously why we're ramping up the credit slots with, for instance, the War Machine, and there's War Bonds as well in this deck. And that is actually, in a nutshell, the thought process of this deck. Hibou states that this is his favorite deck. I was drawn to it because when I, in a previous episode with the update, saw the Uncle Sam card, I stated that there's going to be some interesting decks built around it going forward. I haven't had time to look at it yet, so this is basically the first time I saw somebody personally play with it. So I was drawn to this deck and I approached him and he said, yeah, sure, I can review his deck, play with it a bit. So let's do that. First off, Germany is my favorite faction, and that's the second reason why I like this deck. So Sudden Strike, no brainer, it's in there from the deep. It's awful when it's played against yourself. I'm usually on the opposite side of the receiving end, and then I'm like glee and glad when I get to take out my opponent's leads. But it's Hibou managed to do it with me last week. It's awful. Not a nice feeling. So once again, if you want to have a look at that matchup we did last week, it's in the description area. There's a link to last week's match in the episode of last week. War Machine, as stated, we want to rev up our credits. And then 4 copies of Gunship. I noticed that when I was playing him last week, so obviously this can take out your, if you go up against a rush deck with a bunch of enemy cheaper units, you know, blitz, I think they call it, yeah, the blitz. If you go up against a blitz deck with cheaper infantry units, you can take them out with the gunship mission, and then you get to buff your HQ, which I think is needed for this deck. And then some wildcats also to protect your HQ. Good Man, Tactical Strike, also one of my top 5 favorite cards in this game. It's probably one of my top 3 when it comes to orders. They're from above to eliminate some of the enemy units. This is nice if you go up against somebody that's running a average cost or more expensive cost deck, so you can eliminate his units. It really hurts him. So this is Uncle Sam, and I guess this is what his deck is built around. So we want to duplicate some of the units in the deck with this card, so I will show you just now which cards those are. In the War of 1812, so it was used in World War I and II to instill in the people a positive outlook and a sense of patriotism, confidence. Interesting. So war bonds, nice thing is you get to draw a card and you get 2 credit slots. Mobilization, card draw. I'm not even going to say it. If you watch my series, you know I love this card, and I think Hibou, now I sound like I'm a character in Aladdin. Hibou is Apu, was it Apu the monkey? He's got the same mindset as myself, the Panzer. 4F2 comment. He actually won me with this. He managed to duplicate 2 copies and he won me with a comment. I didn't have any guards. I can imagine if I go up against a British that you might struggle with this deck, but you've got your retreat card here, and then obviously your deck from above, and then we can do it, some more card draw, which is nice. This is a nice card. I really like this card in the American deck. So you more defense for the HQ. This is actually a nice deck, and it looks fun to play. I'll obviously have a bit more of feedback after I played it once or twice. Avenger, you get to destroy a unit with 5 or more defense. And then another thing that's good about this deck is it's got the Tiger. Cannot get pinned, it's 8/8. You can buff it with, we can do it, +3. And then the Flying Fortress, it's a pain to deal with, and also it gets to destroy enemy unit when it's deployed. And then the Leopold. Only change I made is I don't own, what is it called, the P40? I don't own this Elite, and I also did not own the Leopold. So when I had the option to craft one, I rather went for the Leopold. I feel it's the stronger one to go for, and my primary faction is Germany, so that was kind of a no-brainer. But I can see that the B40 is also very nice in this deck, especially if you go up against a blitz, cheap infantry blitz opponent, or like a Japanese burn, for instance. You can make their units more expensive as they get deployed. If you can protect or buff this B40, it can be like more or less a game-long hindrance if he doesn't have like a way to destroy this unit with an order, for instance. So that's the only one that I could not place in his original deck. Mine has, I added the Wildcat instead for some more HQ protection. So that is the draft of Hibou's deck.
Hibou, Hibou, Hibou.
That's how you pronounce it, Hibou, French for owl. So that is Hibou's deck. I had a look at the length of this video so far, and yes, I don't want to run over an hour. So unfortunately, I will not be doing a matchup with Hibou's deck. I'll make you a deal. I'll do another one before Monday. I'll do my draft. Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts. I was hoping for a victory. Okay, but I'll stop crying. I'll do a draft matchup, and then I'll do. I forgot it again. I'm an idiot. Hibou's.
Hibou, Hibou,
Hibou. I'll do Hibou's. I don't know what to call it. I should ask him for a name for this deck. I'll do Hibou's Uncle Sam. I guess you can call it the Uncle Sam deck. It's all about the duplication. Hibou's Uncle Sam deck, and that, yeah, as he stated, you want to duplicate the Leopold or the Flying Fortunes, or he also likes to duplicate the Panzer 4v2, Foxtrot F2, not Victor, and F2. I think, yeah, that's basically it, what you want to duplicate. Oh, the comment as well is also nice to duplicate. Yeah, I guess, but that's probably where the luck comes in and the chance, because it's a random duplication. So yes, all that being said, we will do that. So some fun games waiting to be played in the next week or two. As always, I thank you for watching. You have yourselves a wonderful week, and as I would say in Afrikaans, lekker dag en bye bye.